The system of Bikram yoga started in 1965. It started from a lot of research, a lot of research and knowledge that he gained from before him, his guru Bishnu Charan Ghosh, who learned from his teachers. So this started way, way, way back. I mean, yoga is, nobody knows when it started. But the actual Bikram yoga system of 26 postures, two breathing exercises done in a hot room, developed organically in 1965 when Bikram Choudhury was sent by his guru to Mumbai to teach yoga to a family there, a wealthy family, the Jain family that owned the Times of India. At the time, yoga therapy, yoga done as a therapy, it was always done one-on-one. One-on-one practice where you had somebody looking at someone who needs help physically, mentally, whatever ailment they have. They go to the yogi because at the time in India, they did not have all hospitals and doctors. They were a very poor country. They were a brand new country that had their wealth stripped out of them from 175 years of English occupation and imperialism. So the person was ill, they would go to the yogi. The yoga therapist, the yoga teacher would have them do some yoga postures and watch them. Beginning postures, easy to do. And they would diagnose what's wrong with them from that. They could see them bend right, bend left, bend forward, bend back. They can look at them like an x-ray and see which joints of the spine can bend and which can't. What organs are fed from the joints of those spines, the nerve roots, and understand their physical history, their problem, diagnose it, and probably what's going to happen in the future and how they die if they keep living the way they are. So that's the way yoga was done, one-on-one, because everyone's different. Everyone is unique. It was hard or impossible to create a system of yoga that everyone can do the same thing because everyone's different. No one was ever able to reconcile that. It was a one-on-one practice. But in the world today of 8 billion people, you can't have 8 billion yoga teachers for 8 billion people. So yoga would be very exclusive. Nobody can do it, hardly anyone, very few people. You can only have as many yoga practitioners as you do yoga teachers. Everyone can't be a yoga teacher. So what happened was in the 1930s and 40s, Bishnu Charan Ghosh, after his brother came to the United States and introduced yoga in 1920 to the West, Paramahansa Yogananda, Bishnu Ghosh tried to continue his mission and figure out a way that anyone can have access to practice of Hatha Yoga. So he wrote a book along with his disciple Buddha Bose in 1939. And in this book, he showed 20 beginning yoga postures. Buddha Bose was the one who demonstrated them. He had a perfect body. He was a world-class yogi. But Bishnu Ghosh took the pictures. And in the introduction to this book, 3 pages preface and 3-page introduction, Bishnu Ghosh and Buddha Bose described the yoga in very simple terms, basically saying that among these 20 postures, you still need to find a teacher to tell you which ones to do and what order to do them. But you would choose from these 20 postures to address the particular problem you have and your overall health. So what the yoga therapist would do, the yoga teacher, is they would then, once they diagnose this person's problem, they would prescribe for them a chart. They would create a chart and prescribe for them a series of yoga postures to practice every day. And they would bring in one of their assistants, one of their other teachers, to work with them for 1 hour a day until they can do these postures by themselves. Then that person would go home and do them for an hour a day every day until their problem was gone and their overall health regained. Now, the thing is that everything in your body affects everything else. And a Western way of thinking, you're isolating, microanalyzing one aspect of things until you become expert at it. And an Eastern way of thinking, you're looking at the totality, the whole, how everything affects everything else. And yoga is an Eastern concept of balance. So what Bikram did was he realized, he knew his guru had failed in his attempt to make yoga accessible to everyone by creating a system everyone can do. He basically said, you can choose from these beginning postures, but you need a teacher to show you. When Bikram went to Mumbai, he was teaching one-on-one to the people in this family, and the people who were sick were getting healed, and the word was getting around. And pretty soon, all the wealthy people, the film people, the producers, the financiers, all the wealthy people of Mumbai were lining up to see Bikram. And he would work with one-on-one with people, 1 hour a day, 1 hour per day, 24 people a day, take a 10-minute break, and get back to work. And he did this for months. He was helping so many people that the lineup, the people signing up, was months in advance. He was thinking, how could I see more people? So he came up with this system intuitively of putting beginning postures in a sequence where everything you do prepares you for what comes next, everything you do the opposite. Everything you do twice is minimal amount of time as you can. Instead of holding the posture 30 seconds, 60 seconds, you hold them for 10 seconds or 20 seconds, and you do 2 sets. And he created this system, and he created a way to teach it where he had a dialogue to get people to focus on what he's saying and using their own body to try to do the postures. And by doing that, eventually their body starts to improve. So he started doing this, and he was teaching 30, 40, 50 people at a time, and it was working. People were getting healthier, stronger, better. And when his guru found out about this, he says, no, I tried that. You can't do it. And Bikram convinced him to come and see. So he took the trains across India from Calcutta to Mumbai, and he saw what he was doing. And he said, you did what I couldn't do. The disciple outdid the guru. And he sponsored him, sent him to Japan with a mission: go take this science of yoga and this healing aspect, the culture of India, around the globe. Complete my mission and my brother Yogananda's mission. Take this especially to the West where they need it the most. And that's where it started. Bikram created the system, and he took it to Japan first, and then eventually to the United States. And he settled in Los Angeles, and the rest is history. This has now gone all over the world. To find out more about the Yoga is Life radio show and more knowledge of Bikram Yoga, click on the link below.